Here in LA's Union Station, built in 1938 to accommodate the then three railroads, Southern Pacific, Union Pacific, and Santa Fe. Now it's Amtrak and Metrolink. And, well, I'm picking up my tickets from the Amtrak little kiosk, slide my little reservation under, and I got my bona fide tickets from my reservation. As we pass through Taylor Yard, former site of the major Southern Pacific Rail facility, and looking up at my boyhood home, hence the fascination with trains, we're on the Coast Starlight, formerly the route of the Southern Pacific Daylight. Well, no more stopping in Glendale. Instead, now we have a stop at the newer Burbank Airport station, which eventually may be connected to the high-speed Caltrain. Maybe, or maybe not. Here we are at the Van Nuys stop. Interestingly, they no longer have printed schedules. Made my reservation for breakfast. We'll see. As we pass through Chatsworth, the site of the worst train accident in California since 1957, when a commuter San Diegan flipped over in downtown L.A., it's a reminder why maybe you gotta stop texting while driving. In this case, the train conductor was texting and didn't see the signal. Ran right into a Union Pacific freight train. As we pass the old Santa Susana train station, now a museum, we'll be stopping instead. There's our surfliner coming the other way. We'll be stopping instead just a little bit closer, farther if you will, at Simi Valley. And we're pulling into Oxnard. This is a Skyliner View car. They have a little bistro bar downstairs, but we're gonna go on to the dining car, one more. Well, here's the dining car on the Starlight, and guess what they have? Just like the old Daylight, they have French toast. Looks like you can't do the breakfast, so we do the lunch, and maybe the artesian grilled cheese, which turns out has a lot of goodies. Well, here's my grilled cheese. Silence is deafening. Well, I probably should have had the hamburger. The cheesecake was literally frozen. The augmented beef and the grilled cheese was augmented. The coffee wasn't bad. On Amtrak trains, they put these little markers at your seat, handwritten, SBA Santa Barbara. Interestingly, LA Union Station is LAX. We're long layover here in Santa Barbara, SBA on the code, if you will. Here's our friendly staff as we say, all aboard. Well, my sister couldn't make it on this trip, so I figured, what the heck, maybe I'll catch the earlier surfliner back at 1:45 and get a refund on the difference. Well, with the Santa Barbara Amtrak station over there, and at one time the underpass for the freeway at the 101, a lot of hitchhikers. One block over is State Street, and if you go up about 5-6 blocks, you'll go to the original Habit Burger. Great burgers. Try their chicken sandwich on sourdough. I think it's the best ever for fast food. The route of the Pacific Surfliner, the blue dotted line, has more stops. Here's the announcement for the Surfliner going back to Los Angeles, LAX by their code, not the airport, and end destination is San Diego, hence the SAN. Here on Amtrak's Surfliner, we're stopping in Ventura, unlike the Starlight going north. Coming on to Camarillo, a Surfliner stop that's not a stop on the Coast Starlight. For those who've never been on a train, notice the difference in terms of seating. You would have 3 airplane seats in this space instead of 2. This is the Moore Park stop for the Surfliner, not on the Coast Starliner, and also the terminus for the Metrolink, the commuter train. Here's another unique stop on the Surfliner, the Metrolink Northridge station. As we pass the new Burbank stop, really the Burbank airport, noting it's interesting that the fares, of course, are cheapest for Metrolink, but interestingly, the Coast Starlight was cheaper than the Surfliner. Go figure. Here the line either comes together or departs depending on your direction of travel, with the old daylight trains, the differing ones towards Sacramento and San Joaquin going that way, and now it's the Metrolink to Palmdale. Well, if anybody remembers Johnny Carson, here is that beautiful downtown Burbank. And
it's called downtown Burbank. That's called staying clear towards the coast.
And look at that traffic, another reason why we love that train. As we arrive at Glendale, a so-called secret stop, cache, convenient for those going to and from, say, Hollywood, especially before airplanes. Great little stop. My dad used to take me here when I was a kid, and I remember seeing that daylight steam locomotive with the fire in the grate. I was terrified. You know what? I still don't like it. It's just, you know. As we go through the remnants of Taylor Yard, now substantially made into a park, some of it still remains as a service facility for Metrolink. It was abandoned after the merger of Southern Pacific to Union Pacific, most of it being moved to Colton. As we pass underneath both the Glendale and Pasadena freeways, we'll also be going under the Metrolink line, the Gold Line, which used to be the Santa Fe main line for the Chief to Chicago. Now runs down the middle of the 210 as the Metrolink. It's an example of the daylight locomotive produced by Lima out of Ohio, and that's when it was steam. And here's a diesel version of the Santa Fe. Here's where the ticket counters used to be for the 3 railroads. Sometimes they have parties here.